Hi, Jenny here. Today is December 7th, and 1 year ago today I had surgery to remove the cancerous tumor in my rectum, and by having that done they got all the cancer out of me, and so I've been declared in remission. Woo! Yay! Now I have lipstick on here. Anyways, so yes, what a roller coaster journey it's been. Who knew? To have gone through even so much that whole year previous to the surgery, of everything I had to go through leading up to surgery day, and now having it be 1 year since after surgery. Yeah, it's been a lot. I've made different videos at different points of time. Different things will kind of hit me, will make me emotional, thinking about something or other. So there was one of them that, again, it was a surprise, where I was going through some old videos and I saw my stomach, my old stomach, before even having my ostomy surgery. So I had a nice, plain, regular, smooth stomach, nothing there. And now I have a big midline scar, and I have an ostomy bag. My belly button's a little off center. And that's the way it's always going to be. It's never ever going to go back to that. It's not something I can change. Which, again, everything is fine. Ultimately, it's okay. Obviously, there are things in life that everybody has, where you just living life and going along, and then something kind of like makes you think, makes you stop and go, oh, hey, how about that? And as far as I know, I'm not one to dwell on things. We'll see how this goes, how life takes me. But it will stop me in my tracks and make me think, and I feel the emotions, and I go through it, and I cry and grieve, and then move on. I am a fairly logical person, knowing that, okay, yeah, this is what it is. I can't do anything about it, and so let's just live life. So yeah, the stomach, I know, is one of them, and then I know putting up the Christmas tree. That kind of hit me, was hearing some of the Christmas music and saying, where are you, Christmas? And going, well, yeah, we've got Christmas, we're doing that this year, but last year we didn't have that. And thinking a couple different things, I'm like, oh yeah, last year we did, and I'm like, oh wait, no, we didn't do that last year because we didn't have the tree up. Or I know at Thanksgiving I said something to my mother-in-law about, oh, did you even have a tree up this year? I don't remember seeing it. I'm like, oh, because I wasn't there. I didn't go to her house. So that's why I didn't see it. So that, and then thinking that, again, last year it was like I obviously was in the moment, in the day, thinking about healing. I was in pain. I was just dealing with trying to walk laps in the house and keeping moving and trying to eat, being tired, taking naps, and just trying to keep up with life and get through it. Obviously, I spent a week in the hospital, and then after coming home, I was, couch ridden. I couldn't sit for 5 weeks. And so to just be laying on the couch and needing help, which is fine. My husband was wonderful. He was right there. He's ready to help with anything that I needed. Very good at, getting the food, keeping up with the household chores and all that stuff, running out to the store if I needed or wanted something. Because it was kind of like, you have a taste for something you're going to eat, I will go get it for you, It was that kind of we need to, get food into you and have you gain some weight and, stay healthy. So there was all that stuff to go through. So again, that was my last year, which, again, logical me, I said, knew that. I knew that we weren't going to have the tree. I knew that I wasn't going to go to the in-laws. I wasn't going to go anywhere. We weren't not even going to drive around, look at lights or anything. I was going to be at home on the couch. And so, okay, I knew that, and you know, we lived through it and all that. So, but this year, look back at that and go, oh, it's like, yeah, poor me, didn't have that. But okay. So I did that. I had my day of grieving, of crying a little bit, of thinking about that, and yeah, okay, and now I'm over it, and we're moving on. And this year, I have Christmas decorations up, and I've gone through stuff, and looking through all the ornaments and all the memories that always brings up. And at one point, Wayne was all like, "Are you crying yet?" I said, no, not this time, not this year. There are, I guess have been, years previous, same thing. I'll bring out, ornaments, and it'll, I have the memories of whatever ornaments, and it was like, so there too, it'll make me cry over something or other. But so this year, that didn't get me. That was that. But as far as how I'm feeling, I do like I've done before. I know I did a 6-month update, a 9-month update, and now this is the 1-year mark. So head to toe. Again, hair, as I said in the last video, I've not had any hair loss. Hair has stayed the same. It is, I think, almost even straightening out again a little bit more. I know I was having a little bit of curly bits in here and stuff, and that happens a little bit, but otherwise it's been normally, it's more straight. That's fine. Shoulders are okay. I kind of remember, I was thinking of something earlier today, last night, something about my shoulder and why it was hurting when I did something. Because I know it was like July, I think it was July that my left shoulder started hurting. And so then obviously I got the cortisone shots. I went through the physical therapy, so I got videos on all that if you've missed any of that. And I was slated for, I think, 4 weeks of physical therapy, and after 3 weeks I was good to go. I did the twice a week. I felt even better than from even before, before last December, before that. At this point in time, they're doing okay. I still have range of motion. It gets tight. I can feel the shoulders a little bit tight up here, to the sides also. It's a little tight, but I can move them. It's okay. I have a little bit of a little bit more shoulder pain here. The other day when I was making my orange muffin video, when I opened up the stove, I hadn't moved my light yet. And I opened up the stove a little bit. I'm like, well, that's not enough. I'm going to burn my arm trying to put the muffins in. So I opened up the door further, and it hit the cord on my light, and my light went falling. And so I, immediate just reaction of I reached out to grab it, and I moved so fast and was trying to catch the light, or how it hit my arm into whatever, it tweaked my shoulder. And I was like, ouch. So yeah, more in the front right here. It hurts. So, and I haven't been doing my exercises like regularly the last couple weeks. Again, I've been more busy with life. So I got to get back to that routine of making sure I'm getting my exercising in. So we'll get there, get back into a different routine of making sure I'm getting my exercising in, and then doing my day and stuff. Getting up earlier, but all right, shoulders. The same time that the shoulder started hurting, my thumb got triggered. I could see it as far as moving. You can't see it as far as trying to feel it, but there, it's stuck. It gets stuck here, and then I can move it. If I'm doing things in the house, when I'm making recipes, when I'm cooking, when I'm doing stuff, on Saturdays making the soups, my thumb is fine. I think because I'm moving it a lot, I'm going. But after I wake up in the morning, or if it hasn't been used in a while, it's fine. At least it's in a position I can use it. But if I go to like open a door, like to press in the button to try to get like a outside door open or anything like that, if I have to push on my thumb, then I have to like make sure I wiggle it. I have to get it loosened up a little. It's better. It's a lot better than it was. Same thing. So that's healed a little bit. But that kind of started in July. It wasn't like it didn't happen with the whole surgery and all that. That's just the side effect. I think also kind of like they said with the shoulders, they think that that's from the chemotherapy. So I think that's what the thumb is too. Kind of messes sometimes with your bones and ligaments. But that's getting better, so I'm hoping it's just going to keep getting better. The port is doing okay. As I mentioned in one of the last videos, I can touch it now and move it around and stuff. It's fine. Sometimes I don't feel it if I'm just there. Otherwise, it still just feels like a little pinch, depending on the clothes I'm wearing or whatever. I was wearing something earlier today. In fact, I think my shirt that I'm wearing in my last video, it has the sparkles on there and all that. I also had an undershirt on with that, so with layers. And it may have just been sitting just on the port or something, so that I still have that there. It just is like a little pinch. See, like when I can touch it, and it doesn't hurt. But every once in a while, with just a layer on there or something, it kind of hurts. And that's, you know, nothing to think about, worry about, whatever. It's just a matter of I notice it's there. Abdomen. Abdomen is still a little bit sensitive. Again, not a whole lot when I'm just, again, sitting like at the computer doing anything. When I'm walking, usually not. If I touch it, again, if I'm carrying something or I put something against my abdomen, sometimes opening some of the leftover containers or something, if I use my abdomen, push up against and open it, carrying a laundry basket, carrying anything, you know, like I said, even just touching it, it hurts. It's just sensitive. It hurts kind of like a bruise. It's there. Figure. Let's see. We'll compare. Not really. For my purposes, my records, so that I know this is what the scar looks like now 1 year later. So here's where they tied it off, obviously, so I still have a little indent in there. Otherwise, this is all healed up. This is where it hurts. So this is where they cut the muscle. So it still hurts here. Still hurts in this area. So again, I know it's hard always, they say to sew off around the belly button area. So it still hurts here. And then down a little bit. So in this area here, out to the side, I'm okay. This is where they had the drains coming out in these two areas. That's fine. This whole side of me is fine, doesn't hurt. But yeah, other than that, that's it. I have noticed the other day, I was thinking about that too, like when I had the ileostomy, because I've said before about how this side of my tummy pooches out now. So I think with having the large intestine where they kind of brought that around, because when I had the ileostomy, I had more of a flat stomach. With the colostomy, this side pooches out more. But that's the stomach area. So sensitivity wise, yeah. Same, I know the physical therapist mentioned, again, even the last time when I was doing the shoulders, that I should still be probably rubbing some lotion on there. Again, just trying to get, you know, just the nerve endings to get them used to. Again, touch and whatever, and that'll be okay. I was thinking, you know what? The body regenerates every 7 years anyway, so like, come see me in 7 years. Let's see where I'm at. I should have like no pains. Nothing from this anyways. I forget how that goes. Like each body part has like a certain amount of time of how fast it regenerates. Like each of your cells, your heart cells, your liver cells, your intestinal cells. Your intestinal cells, I think even the inside of them like kind of slough off every day or something. You have new ones growing. I think it's the bones that take the longest. I think it's the bones, like in 7 years you regenerate. Which also makes me think about the dog life. Talk about what, one dog, you know, 1 year of a dog is really like 7 years. I'm like, okay, it was 7 human years. So yeah, we regenerate. So again, still good. Not life-changing, life-altering. It's good. Sleeping in bed. Sleeping in bed has been okay. My shoulders are okay enough to sleep. This one's been hurting a little bit on and off. Like last night I was fine. The night before it was kind of hurting. Laying on that side, it was like, oh, a little bit painful, so I just have to adjust and get the hand kind of alongside the head as opposed to under the pillow. Yeah, like under the pillow, that hurts. So if I put my hand there, I'm good. I can sleep on my side. Side is good. When I first get into bed, I'm all good. Abdomen is good. In the middle of the night when I wake up and I roll over, then sometimes I get the abdominal pain. I get sensitivity like across the whole area. It just like hurts. I notice it, it's there. And it'll last for a couple minutes and then it goes away and I'm good and I fall asleep. And then I wake up and I roll over and whatever and I go to the other side or whatever and abdomen pain and it hurts for a couple minutes and then it goes away. So there's still that. But again, that's what that is. What else? Neuropathy. The neuropathy, again, like I mentioned, even at 9 months, my hands are fine. So again, the fingers, all that is, I'm back to 100%. The feet, right foot still feels good, except for the actual like toes. The whole foot part feels good. I feel it more on the underside, it seems, of the toes. Almost kind of like where they bend. In that area, it feels sometimes a little goofy. And the left foot is still the whole left foot. Once in a while I feel it up the leg, like when I'm like shaving my legs. The other day I kind of felt it up my shin a little bit, which it's been a while since I felt that. Mostly it's the foot, again, mainly the toes, but then a little bit of the foot. That's getting better. I've also been doing a grounding mat. I have a video on that I haven't put out yet. I bought a grounding mat a couple months ago, and that's a thing that's supposed to help with swelling, inflammation. So to kind of help take inflammation away, which would also help with pain in the body and stuff like that. And when I was using that, the most thing that I noticed was for my feet and how my feet felt different. Otherwise, it kind of feel the same. But I'll put that video out yet, hopefully soon. Eating, as I've mentioned before, it's kind of like it's a lifelong journey. As far as I getting my little blockage type tummy aches, it seems again every couple of weeks something comes up, and then I go for a while and I'm thinking again like, oh, I'm good, haven't felt anything for a while yet. I'm like, oh, it's only been a week. I'm like, I feel like it's been so long. I'm like, oh, I'm doing good. I'm like, oh wait, I had that thing last week. So like when we went to see Lightscape, I had that stomach ache that lasted a couple days, and again it was just weird. It was just an abdomen ache thing. Trying to figure out again, food-wise, I'd made that cranberry fluff. Maybe it was that, which again, it would just be odd because, yes, I know marshmallows are supposed to help kind of slow down the digestion, the movement of the intestines, because they talk about having a marshmallow or two before you change your bag, so you can slow the output, make sure that you'll be, safe enough to be able to change the bag and not having anything come out. I don't think there's too many marshmallows in there. They didn't have any too many because they're mini marshmallows. I had too many of those at a time. And granted, I was having like either one helping a day, or I did go every other day. Because again, I think when I first had my first helping, I know enough that, okay, something new and different, let me only go one day. I was fine that next day. I think I had it then the second day, but cranberries being, like a fruit itself, usually fruit makes me my output more loose. And I have that happen, or I have more gas. Didn't notice that, but it's kind of like, it could have been, oh, who knows? And it's one of those things, I really don't want to try it again and see. I've had other type of fruit, like I've had the Waldorf salad, which is like different kinds of fruits all mixed up and stuff with Cool Whip. That's been fine. There may be some marshmallows in there, but maybe not. Maybe there aren't marshmallows in that one. We'll see. I have a recipe to make for like a blueberry fluff. And I thought, okay, we'll see how that one goes. Again, I'll just have one serving and then we'll see. But yeah, having that kind of pain and that stoppage, it's not one of those things where you want to be like, oh, let's try this again and see if I can give myself a stomach ache. No. So again, yes, lifelong journey of eating and seeing how my body reacts to it and things like that. So at least I know what that's all about. Was that it? Eating, sleeping, exercising. I've been able to exercise and do, again, pretty much anything. I've been doing a couple different exercise videos. There have been a few people that I used to watch that I've gotten back into. They were back in my recommended. I'm like, oh, I'm subscribed to you. I forgot about that. A gal called Mad Fit, MADFIT. She came up and I'm like, oh yeah, I'll do one of hers. And she does like 20-minute full body routines type of things, some with weights and, or some without, little dancing or, so I've been doing hers a little bit. So that's been fun. I tried a little bit of yoga with one of the other ones. That was a bit of a challenge. So again, I'm getting back into it, but I want to trying to keep the body moving, keep going, keep everything tight. That's the other thing too. I want to try to keep the core muscles tight. So again, I don't get a hernia. And then we'll keep everything moving, keep those intestines moving so that, the food keeps moving through. So that'll be okay. The ostomy, changing the ostomy bag and everything, been fine. My ostomy hasn't changed sizes, so that stayed the same. So that makes changing the bag easier for, again, my cutting them. I know I can cut a hole and I know it's going to be the right size. That's been fine. I did just order a new bag. I'll talk about that in another video too. It's a bag I did try once before, and this I got a whole box of them this time, so I have 10 of them to try, and we'll see how that goes. But otherwise, yeah, it's to the point where I've noticed this last few weeks and that actually I don't even notice my ostomy. Like, again, I'm just sitting doing whatever I'm doing, or walking around, and like I don't feel it. I don't feel the ostomy. I don't feel it every once in a while. I feel it have gas, or I feel it do a little bit of output. But for the most part, like, I just have a normal body. So it's like, ooh, that's nice. Let's pick up my butt. That's what's not normal. The butt area, that may be finally getting better. Even up to a couple of weeks ago, I was still having that butt area wet. I'm all sewn off out down there. It has that muscle, that muscle flap that closed me up. I was having redness and chafing, depending on the walking. Again, it didn't seem like it had to do with whether I was sweating or not. That area is always wet. So it's a matter of, for me, every time I go to the bathroom, I wipe my butt anyways, because it's wet. If I sit off to the side, well, if I empty my bag, put it that way, the way I do it is I kind of sit a little cockeyed on the toilet seat. I kind of scooch myself like sideways, and I empty my bag and clean it all off, do my thing, and then when I stand up on that back part of the one side of the toilet seat, it's wet. I'm like, okay, obviously coming from my butt area. Sometimes even after I've already wiped, I'm like, it's wet enough that there's wetness. And I'm like, so I was using deodorant for a while. I tried that. I think I mentioned I bought my own deodorant stick just for my butt. And so every morning, put deodorant on the arms, grab the other deodorant stick, I'd do a swipe up my butt. But I don't know if it was too sensitive for that region. Like, it's almost like an allergic reaction that it became more annoying. And so then I would stop for a couple days, and then I would get better, and I'd feel okay. And I'm like, all right, well, but okay, today I know I'm going to be out and about, like grocery shopping and doing a lot of walking and do whatever. So, okay, let's put some deodorant on my butt. And it'd be fine for day, and then I would do it day 2 and day 3 or whatever, and then I would start again feeling like the chafing, feeling irritation, and I'd have a little bit of blood. And so I was like, all right, stop the deodorant again, and then I would be fine. So I've stopped it now for a while. I think I used it for Lightscape, and then I haven't used it again for this last 2 weeks now or whatever. And I've been fine, and it actually seems better. So again, since the beginning, everybody said it takes a year. It takes a year to heal. It's going to take a year for the body to kind of, get back to normal. The body is wonderful. It's amazing. It heals. But sometimes it takes a year. And so I think maybe that's finally slowly healing. I know they don't have you make appointments for like a yearly checkup, for a 6-month checkup or anything, to say, hey, how's it going? How are you doing? Let's look. Is it, does it look like it's healing? Is it where it's supposed to be? I thought about making an appointment, but again, it's kind of like, well, let me see how. I'm not at the year mark yet, and like I said, it's finally to the point where I feel okay about it. I'm not worried. I'm not thinking about it. It's good. And then same with the abdomen. I had that. They told me they use pig mesh to help sew me up, to help hold everything together, and that was supposed to dissolve within a yearish or so, maybe a little longer. But I don't think that has anything to do with how the pain that I'm feeling or anything. I think the pain is still just nerves. So whether that mesh is in there or not, I have no idea. We kind of need to have our own little home scans. Can I put some? Can I just see? Let me see inside my body. Let me hold up a little like magnifying glass thing or something on there. Let me look inside. That would be awesome. I would like that. Oh, I'm strange that way. I like that sciencey stuff. So the other thing I thought I would do is kind of bring down my paperwork. I think I don't know if you can see both piles or not. You can do. This is my paperwork for a year. Yeah, mostly a year, because I think this year's paperwork I have upstairs yet. I have kind of half the size pile, I think, for this year. But these are all the things everything that's, from having the surgery. I have 4 notebooks here. I have 5. I think I have one by my desk yet that I was still going to fill out some things. One of the times I was in the hospital, I was taking notes on my phone because I didn't have my notebook there, and I was just also kind of like well, I really feel like writing a notebook or not. So I did little notes in the phone, and I thought, okay, well, I'm going to transfer those and put them in my notebook and delete them out of my phone. But basically, I would go through every day and write down, deeper, when I was taking Advil, how I slept, what I ate for breakfast and lunch and dinner. So again, if I was having a stomachache, blockage, whatever, or something that made me have more of diarrhea, things like that, I would know what I ate. Snacks, vitamins I was taking, my output, how often I was going, what it was like. At this point, Advil, when I was taking my Advil, so I knew I was on schedule. And then anything that went on, whether I had a doctor's appointment, whether my butt was bleeding, it was chafing, I wasn't feeling good, my shoulders were hurting. I would put little notes down, whether I exercised, whether I took a walk. So this, where is this one from? Oh yeah, I have the cards in there, some of the cards from the doctors, so I knew, which doctor did what I was supposed to contact for which problem, if I had anything. So this was from 23, January 23. January 22nd, 23. So that's when that started. I'm still doing that at this point. I'm about at the point where I could probably stop, that I don't need to do this anymore. But so those are all the notebooks I have from my colonoscopy. The recovery paper, my paperwork about the colonoscopy, and then going on from there, where he's like, yeah, we'll contact the cancerous, the oncologist and everything. And then I do have all of my bracelets. You can't see down this far. Dun, dun, dun. Whew. Like all of my bracelets are in here. So I figure if I get a chance after this video, I'll show you. I'll put it in the end of the video. I wanted to put all these like end to end or count. I'm gonna count how many I have. I think I have some in the other folder too. So that's all about that. This one, I think, was about chemo. This is about my PICC line. About my pump. Getting all that in. My PICC line. The PICC line is when I went in January. I was thinking my port. I have, my port paperwork. Place this on that one. Nope. Paperwork on the drawing that they gave me. So I had the paperwork on the diagram they gave me and where the tumor was and what everything was called, what they were going to do. And then after having the ostomy surgery, so recovering, from the ostomies, and then from one of the companies, this one was Hollister, they also do ostomy products, so all about that information. And then this one was Convatec. So Convatec is the products that I use. So I have all that. This was the information all on chemotherapy, how it was going to go, and all about mind, body, spirit, making sure that you're doing okay, and this isn't just a physical thing. It's not just that. Obviously, it affects your mind and your spirit, how you're feeling, different resources that they have for you, what you can do, what you might experience. Nope, still going. Okay. I've been sitting too long talking. The camera's like, are you sure you're still there? Well, we're going to shut you off. I got a packet regarding they wanted me to do a research project, which I decided I didn't want to do. But that was interesting. This one, Optum, was on the medication for the capecitabine pills for doing radiation. This was all about radiation, and yeah, I could do acupuncture and all that. That was for chemotherapy and all that too. And then all about the dilators. And then do we have physical therapy in there? Some physical therapy stuff. I think I got rid of the paperwork on physical therapy. This binder all has, this is all the medical paperwork. So these are all the statements from United Healthcare about kind of what was covered, all the expenses, what I had to pay. And then this was regarding the pump that I took home. They had an extra, like a bag, if anything happened to the pump, if it started leaking or anything, I was supposed to put on gloves and do cleanup and put it, you know, and I had to put whatever in the bag. I, you know, had to be very careful about how you disposed of any cleanup cleanup materials. I had the dilator I got from the doctor, all the good stuff. And then the, oh yeah, the dilators I bought myself to help with making sure I didn't get strictures down in that area. And then these are all the cards. The cards I got from friends and family and all that. So I had those all taped up on my wall right near my computer. But I saved all of those so that I can, you know, have all the feel goods, all the feels, the good feels of, look at all you guys that care. Wanted to let me know you were thinking about me. So that was very nice. Very nice to have that communication. Oh, let me do this so that backed up against it. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah. So that's my one year update. How I'm doing. I'm well. I'm here. I'm alive. I feel good. I'm living life. Life is good. And again, like I said, between those cards and then obviously all you guys on YouTube, all my friends and family on Facebook, and friends and family that aren't, they contact me by phone, by text. It's been a blessing. It's been amazing. I'm so super grateful. I believe in the power of prayer. So all of you that have sent prayers and, you know, good vibes, good juju, if you don't believe in prayers, sending good thoughts, I appreciate all that. I am so very grateful. I love reading all your comments. Like I said, it gives me a little snippet into your life, see what's going on. It's nice to be empathetic, be that chemo brain, how long does that go? How long is this? Just getting older. Words, the right words that I'm thinking, I know what I mean to say. But having people going through the same thing, that I know they've appreciated my videos and my candor, and I'm just putting it out there, that they can learn from it. They can know that, hey, you know, I'm not the only one feeling this way. You feel that way too, and look at you. You've gotten over it. You're still staying positive, and things like that. And so for me to be able to help that way, again, why I put out this whole journey on video also is because when I started going through this, I was looking for videos online of what is this going to look like? What is this going to, you know, how is it going to affect my life? Having the ostomy was the big first part of it. And then so how I found, you know, Maggie from Let's Talk IBD and the vegan ostomate, and he hasn't continued. He put out his few videos, which is awesome. Though they're there, they were still helpful. There have been a few others. I know, like, you know, Bill Burps, he had gone through this journey. He put out videos through that, but then again, the journey's kind of done. He's kind of stopped putting out videos. Tiffany Thanks, she's going through her journey, still going. And so different things like that, to be able to learn from them, and same, know that, oh yeah, you went through that. You've gone through that, so I'm not the only one going through that. Or, hey, I have this symptom and I'm going through this thing, and what the heck, and I'm not hearing anybody talk about it, and then I'll find somebody say something, and I'm like, oh, the whole butt thing. Before I was sewn up shut, and I had mucus coming out the rectum, and I'm like, why am I having stuff come out? Oh, because that's normal. That's how it's supposed to go. And then having, then Maggie talked about it a little bit, of saying, same, yeah, you're supposed to have that. The intestines are still working and living and making mucus to protect itself. And so, yeah, and that needs somewhere to go. And so going, okay, I'm not the only one. A lot of those videos, like I said, like with Vegan Ostomate, he had put out his few videos and then he kind of stopped. I think he has his own website where he's got information there that if you really want to follow him and his information, you can do it that way. But those videos were something like 5 years old and stuff like that. And I thought, well, medicine has changed in 5 years. So again, for me to be able to put out this information that anybody around this time, within, now or a couple of years out, maybe even further, some of the information is stable, but at least they'll know too, oh, this is what I might go through. This is how I might feel. This is what might happen. So to be relevant. And then some things, obviously, like changing the ostomy bag and stuff like that, that's kind of, lifelong. That's general. That can be, years from now can be like, oh yeah, that's pretty much still the same. There's still maybe different products and things like that, but at least it's a basic. This is kind of how it goes. So yeah, I am glad I am able to do that. And like I said, I love reading your comments and seeing kind of what you're going through, or different stuff. And again, whether it's this or not, or a different health journey, we're all going through something or other. And it's nice to have a community where we can help each other out. Even stuff that you say that other people might read also and go, oh, hey, you've experienced that, or you've done that, and same. You've gone through too. There's multiple comments. Oh, all you guys are in the same boat, in the same journey. And so I like that. I like our little community. Because I like learning about your lives, knowing where you are. Every night when I say my prayers, if I do know where you are, it's another goal of mine. I want to make my map of the world, because I know some of you are in Australia, some of you are in Canada. I had somebody comment, I think that was from Brazil at one point. Don't know if they're still here or not. But to make a map and say, oh, I've got a viewer here, I've got a viewer here, I've got a viewer. So the ones that I do know, like I said, at night when I say my prayers, I go around, send light and love and healing energy, and I start in Michigan. Sometimes I start in Wisconsin with immediate family and friends, whatever, and then I jump over to Michigan, and I say prayers for the people that I know there. And then I go to like Pennsylvania and do Maggie and Zach. And I know somebody up in, where is he from? Connecticut? Washington, D.C., I know North Carolina. There are a few people. I've got family around Washington, D.C., Virginia. That's right, the other family is Virginia. In Florida, I've got family and friends. And then over to like New Mexico, and then Texas, there's a bunch of people, and Arizona, and then Colorado, and then California, and then Washington, and then Canada. I kind of start from that side over the Vancouver area, and then go over to Ottawa, and Wayne's home. Scared me. Ah! Hi!
I did let you know I was coming home.
Yeah, I've been talking.
No, wait.
I've been talking for a long time.
I'm sorry, I didn't even see the ring light in the window when I...
Oh, man.
pulled in.
No. Finally got around to this. Took me a little bit. I've been working my other video, which is probably almost ready to put up. Gotta get that other video posted. But...
Let me get my coat out of here.
Okay. Hi. Mwah. Welcome home.
Thank you.
So yeah, and anyways, I make my way across Canada, back across the other way, and then I jump over to Europe and go to, the London area and stuff, and do, Tiffany and Bill, and then some YouTubers, that I know, and things like that whole area, to South Korea and the K-pop bands and all that, and Australia, to some people that I know there. There's also Paul in Perth, that his journey he's going through. So him, and then the wildlife area with the Irwin family, and pray for the zoo and all the animals and the wildlife, and and then usually kind of back home, and it's kind of like, oh, then Facebook and everybody that I know and stuff like that. So again, so when I know where some of you guys live, I know I've got somebody in Canada, that Vancouver area, and in Illinois, and in Wisconsin, and in Australia, South Dakota. I think the South Dakota person is moving to Minnesota, originally from La Crosse. That's pretty neat. Again, so the areas, So when I do that, I kind of specifically, I send out my little arrow of light, and and then just my whole general YouTube community, and everybody else I've forgotten, like for Facebook, if I do individuals, and it's kind of like everybody else. So so that's what I do. So again, like I said, I appreciate you guys all thinking of me, and I think of all of you also. So thank you so very, very much for being on this journey with me. I hope you continue. Obviously, I'm posting life videos now, and I will continue on this. I'm not declared cancer-free until 5 years. I still will be going through testing. I have a colonoscopy coming up, which will be again brand new to me because it's going to be going through the ostomy, and so we'll see how that all goes and what it's all about. And then I'll have CT scans, hopefully just every 6 months until that 5-year mark, and we'll just pray that we continue to be NED. No evidence of disease, and get that cancer-free diagnosis so we can stay there. So again, thank you so very much. I hope you guys are all healthy. Like I said, prayers, light, and love to all of you and you guys. Keep it positive. Go make it a great day. Bye-bye.